Hey there, Walter here. We're going to try something completely different and we're going to actually build a model together. Now, I've chosen a rather simple model to build from what I've read online, so we're going to get started working on the model of the Oberth class or U.S.S. Grissom starship. Okay, this is a 1/350th scale model, and everything on here is supposedly really detailed. So this actually measures 13 3/4 inch long, which is a pretty decent sized kit. I've opened this one up already. I'm not much into unboxing videos, although I have done them a few times, but this box is actually difficult to open. Here we go. Getting all these things out of the way, like the instructions and the decals, and it's a little bit of a larger kit when you see all the details like windows and everything like that in here. So my plan on this right now is I'm going to paint all these areas that are going to get lit up. I'm going to paint them with a opaque color, which to me would be black. You can't get much more opaque than that, but I'll paint it black, and then after that I'll be able to add all the window details and everything like that, all the clear parts, and then I'll start painting the white and all the surface colors onto this, and then start the assembly on it as far as the actual assembly and the wiring of this. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with that. Okay, I cut out a few basic pieces that we're going to try to airbrush, and I'm going to try it with a very basic airbrush system like this. So the pieces I cut out are the upper saucer here. You can see the windows on that. I have also cut out the main sensor, I guess you call it the main sensor platform or whatever they call that. It's supposed to fit together somewhat like this, and it goes on the bottom of the ship. And then I also cut out the bottom of the main body of the ship. It's got a little bit of windows on the front of that as well as some holes for lights and wiring insertion, I guess. So we're going to go ahead and test this out. Now if I turn on my light right here, if you were to look right through that, you can see possibly that the light shines through really well. So we're going to get rid of that that light shine through, or the light bleed, or whatever they call that. And that will make it a lot easier to install the lights and everything for the windows and whatever else, so that way it looks like a more professional model. This is my basic paint station. I call this a poor man's paint station. It's just a simple tub, and I've drilled holes on the top of it here for airflow. And then I use a lid. When I paint, the lid stays on top here, so it's out of the way. And then when I'm done painting, for those like me that have pets, I just close the lid up here. Air flows out through these holes, so the painted parts will dry and animals will not get into the parts or into the paint station. Okay, this is an experimental thing I'm doing here. I'm using this water-based airbrush type paint. I haven't tried this yet before, so this is going to be the test. Okay, after a bit of trial and error, I have this working now, obviously. There isn't anything really holding on to this part right now. I don't have anything just supporting it, so I'm just keeping it a little loose. And I'm just going through this just with basic strokes here. I'm just using a few coats of paint so I can get the correct thickness done. And I don't know the correct ratio to use because it doesn't say on the bottle. So I'm using a 1/3 to 1 ratio, which is basically 1/3, like a 1/3 amount of paint to 2/3 amount of water, because this is a water soluble paint. And I ran out of paint again. So I'm just going with a few layers of this. It's kind of tricky for me because I'm not used to airbrushing. So I'm just taking my time with this. I should wear gloves. This is basically what I'm doing right now. I'm just painting all these parts with this black just to get an opaque color. And then when I get it to the dark level that I want, then I'll get to start doing the detailed painting. So that's where I'm at right now. Okay, so that's where I'm at right now. I have a lot of painting to do, obviously, on this, and I'm not very good with the airbrushing, so once I get the painting done on this, then I'm going to move on to the next phase, which most likely will be assembly, wiring, and then I'll just post the next step on the video. So I'll be letting you know what the progress will be on that. So I'll be posting that, obviously. And so I'll just ask for you to stay tuned for that. And as usual, just please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave any comments, concerns, questions, everything posted on the video. And please remember to keep it rated E for everybody. So until I talk to you next time, I'll say 73.